So the first time that I actually ever saw Celeste was high school, like 3 years ago. Well, I saw her walking in the hallways, and I've never seen this girl before. I was on crutches, crutching around, and then she walks past me, and the first thing I saw was her curly hair, the big curly hair, and I saw her, and she was really pretty, so I was like, And then I noticed that she had a knee brace on, so I was like, hey, we're knee buddies. And she looked at me, and she was
And
just
then after he saw me, he said something. I think it was like, Zone. And then, I mean, I've never seen him before, and for a person to be saying that, and I've never met him, I was like, look, and I was just like, okay. And I kept walking, and
not a year ago, but in
Year-
that timeline, that
year
was a year
before.
before,
yeah.
we actually had homeroom together, which was in the middle of the day.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would be like a 15, 45-minute thing, like 20, 30 minute, I don't know. We would go there, and then
And then, like, that first day, I didn't try at all. I looked like a mess, and I saw him because I recognized him from Instagram, and I was like, oh my goodness, I look so ugly. Oh my God, he's gonna see me, and he's seen me, like, all my pictures on Instagram, and I looked all pretty, and I was like, oh, no. And so I was, like, trying to hide because I didn't want him to be like, ugh.
because, man, she had like 1 million followers on Instagram, so I was just like, man, she's famous.
I had like
So I went to
1,000.
her Instagram just to make sure, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, that's her. And so I kept like kind of looking at her from the corner of my
I
eye.
had just broken up with my boyfriend at the time, and I wanted to do like a lot of stuff. So I was already doing cheer and softball, and I just wanted to add like more extra school activities. And I saw speech and debate, and I was like, why not? So I went ahead and signed up, and that's when I saw his name, and I was like, okay, this can be interesting.
Yeah, and the only reason I signed up, two of my friends convinced me, and they were like, oh, we should go, because it was gonna be like a Saturday field trip. And, let's just go and check it out just for fun.
I didn't think that when I pulled up, he was gonna be sitting there, by himself in the bench, and he sees me get down, and he like straightens up. I'm just like, oh my god. And then our friend came, and that's when we started taking pictures. We started talking about our knees. I don't even know how we started talking about our knees. But since he had knee problems, we started relating, and so we started like, okay, and we started talking. And I guess that was like the first conversation. And the bus, we sat like opposite sides from each other, and our friend was in the middle. And you were like trying to sing all this music.
Oh, yeah, I was singing over there trying to serenade her. I was hinting like that we like each other, but not
kept
really
flirting,
saying,
yeah.
And so we ended up going to classrooms that they had, and then each time it would just be, more and more like,
We slowly started flirting a little bit
try
more.
to inch closer. Yeah, I had to charge my phone, so I was in the back, and well, at that time I was texting somebody else. I was texting another girl that I had been talking to the summer before.
I had seen like her name, and I was just like, back in my head, like, okay, he's not gonna pay attention to me either way, so what do I have to lose?
But regardless, she was still taking pictures, and
Yeah.
while I was over there charging my phone, and I was just thinking the whole time throughout that process, like I was texting this girl, I was just like, I really like this girl, and I had barely met her, so it was just like kind of, like a really overwhelming feeling. It's like, can this be possible? Can you like be in love with someone the first time that you actually spend time with them?
Yeah.
I think that's what I was feeling. I don't know. So then lunch hit, so we got excited because we love Chick-fil-A, both of us. And then we were just like, oh my god, they better not have pickles when we're there.
Yeah.
And then we saw how in the line we had a conversation
About how
and left our other friend out. And we were just like, how we don't like pickles. And then we made a Vine about that.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way
I'm on my way.
to love.
he finally realized that he did have my cake laying around in his conversations.
I told her something that, I had a really fun day today with our friend and the beautiful Rapunzel, because that was her Instagram name. Really, what happened was during that text, I think it was one day or the next day that I told her I was gonna text her. Well, the conversation was really short because I didn't really
Oh, yeah.
Talking to her was to me was like a privilege. Like, oh my god, like so famous. Like you don't want anything to do with me because I'm stupid. So I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll see you Monday. And then I asked her what her first class was
Yeah.
in order for me to walk her there. That Monday, I saw her, I think, in the morning, and then I ended up walking her to her class. And then from then, I was just like, what's your next class?
Yeah, so you just kept going.
I kept meeting her and then walking her to each class.
You know how when you say I love you, you said it like in a special moment, a special way. We didn't get to do that because my boyfriend, or my ex-boyfriend at that time, I was like still in contact with him, so I had told him that I met someone, that I was talking to him, and so he logged into my Kick and got his name and then kicked him from his own account and started telling David all this stuff, that we're still trying to get together, we're still together, we're this, we're that. And so David was like,
he wanted me to, he like, dude, you need to stop talking to her and trying to be all tough and stuff like that. And then so me knowing that he was far away, I didn't really care. I just told him, I said, okay, sure, stop talking to her, fine, that's it. And then he's like, okay, thanks.
yeah.
And then we didn't, obviously. We
No.
kept
But my mom would have never like let me just catch a ride with a friend. She would have made any one of like my family members come and like stop what they're doing and go pick me up. And I had cheer practice, and he was sitting in the bleachers. Like my cheer captain was like, that's Les Butang, and it had just been like a couple of days. It was like, that's how like bad it was at our school. Like everything got around. One day, everybody knew. He brought me home, and I was expecting like him to at least try to hold my hand, or, you know, where's my hug or something.
Where my kids at?
I was really surprised. That caught my attention a lot. It was nice.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Boys, respect.
And one morning, yeah, he took me to Starbucks. That's when he asked me on our first date. It
Yeah.
was so smooth.
Kind of. It was just like a really safe question. So I already took her to Starbucks to go drink. So it was, she wouldn't want to go with me if she
If I
didn't
don't
already
like you.
find potential in me, like so. And I never asked anyone else out in my whole life. And at that time I was like 17, so I was like, come on, now or never. So I was like, what are you doing Saturday? It was just like a regular question.
And then I was still
Go
like,
both ways.
I never do anything unless I have games. So I sat there and I was like,
Thought about it like she had something to do. She's like, let me see if my agenda's clear. Instructions not included. Let me tell you, boys, that was like the perfect movie to go see
Yes,
on
it
the first
was.
date. Like,
It
man, that is like,
really was.
if you keep in touch with your soft side, gentlemen,
Yeah.
to see if you can do
Because
both.
after I said,
Watch us.
yeah, I was like, but you have to ask my mom.
Yeah, so that was an exception. So I ended up asking her mom, I think, at the end of the day.
Because my mom like thought that if I ever dated someone from Houston, it was gonna be like,
Just ghetto.
yeah.
I was gonna be like ghetto.
Really?
Shows up. I showed up and I asked her mom, like, can I take your beautiful daughter on a date to the movies?
Close the door, and then I remember my mom was like you upgraded. And I was just like, okay. So she was like shocked, like, what? Like, you did not bring no ghetto looking guy. His pants were all the way up. His shirt was just fine. He looked great. Like, she was like, good job, Celeste. You did it. And I think, yeah, it was a Saturday. I got ready. And that movie got to us. Because did you cry? Because I cried.
Cried a little bit.
I was like,
So throughout that time, I was talking to that other girl. The summer before, I met her, and so I just couldn't believe that I had gotten so close to her in such a short amount of time that I was overwhelmed, and I was like, I can't be in love with her. I can't like that quick. No, it's impossible.
didn't you still have to take me to school like that Monday? And I was
Yeah.
like trying to tell my mom like, no, but I think her truck was gonna get fixed soon. So he was just really serious. I didn't know why. And he wouldn't say why. He was just quiet, and I felt it. And then I got to my first period class, and he went to his. Like, we didn't hug, nothing. We were just walking, just serious, and it was just awkward. I texted him and asked him like, what's wrong? He's like, no, nothing. And I mean, I had already gotten cheated on, so I felt like that rejection, and I was like, you know what? I'm like, is there somebody else? Like, I already felt that way, and then that's when he was like, yes. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And he still tried to walk me to class, but I was like, no, like that. Like, he kept trying to talk to me, come outside the classroom, talk to me, and I was like, no. And then I would sit in lunch with his friends, so I thought it would be fine. But just like seeing his friends, knowing that they're close to him.
Did they ask you about me?
No, but I just kept looking at all of them, and my eyes got watery, and I didn't want them to see me cry and then like cause a scene, and then they text him and then be like, Celeste was crying at lunch, what happened? And I didn't want any of that, so I got up and I went to the restroom, and I was just crying because like I really thought that none of this would happen with him, and I was just, why again? I tried to tell him that she was only doing that, causing this because she was jealous, and because everybody just kept looking at us like it was something that was bound to happen. And so, but he didn't listen to me.
She saw I was happy with her. I would go to therapy, and then on the way there, I would talk to her on the phone, and I don't know, out of nowhere, before I said bye, she squeezed in, "I love you," and so I was just like shocked, you know, because I had been talking to her for almost a year, and so that's when she started to talk to me more, and told me that she finally loved me, and I was just like, what? So it kind of threw me off because I had strong feelings for her, and my feelings for the other girl were finally starting to like, you know, dissipate until she told me that she loved me. She kind of brought back those, you know, old feelings, and so I was really confused, and you know, I never been in between two girls before, as in like, you know, I'm starting to get things going with her, and then the other one's starting to barely, bring it back. So I was just like, I didn't like it at all. I was really confused. I told you that I wanted to go to the library to study, to do homework.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid.
No, and then he grabs his phone, and he puts it in my bag. And I'm questioning the whole time, like, why did he put his phone in my bag? Whatever. We got done, had to go, we get in the car, and then he's like, oh, have you seen my phone? And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, you put it in my bag. Let me see your phone so I can call it. I'm just sitting here like, it's in my bag. And then he calls it, and then his phone's like, be my girlfriend, or will you be my girlfriend? And I'm just like, I answer it, and then he's like, so? And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, yeah. So, we're officially boyfriend and girlfriend.
I'm not gonna stretch, because it's gonna start getting stressful right now.
So, after we became boyfriend and girlfriend, we were together for what, like a week?
Like 5 days?
It was like literally a full-on school week. Monday through Friday, and usually I would say bye to him in the corner with all his friends, but I you know, when you feel like either something's gonna happen, so I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna say bye. I'm just gonna go away from my mom to pick me up, and then I get a text from him, we should break up or something like that, and I was like, I know, because I mean, I had already felt like he was going to anyway, so I was like, yeah, I know, I was just waiting for it to happen.
I was really confused. So I went to my therapy, and over there they had really nice people, and I was telling them the situation, and they were getting all into it, trying to give me advice, and yada yada. So they were telling me to do what I thought was right, and that's what I did. I didn't want her to suffer from my consequences, because obviously I was confused, so regardless I was going to have to take a break from her, as in break up with her, because I didn't want to keep going and me be confused and it affect our relationships. Okay, so that was the main reason why I broke up with Celeste, so I can figure out what I needed to do. I felt really terrible. I felt like a really bad person. But, you know, I had to do what I had to do, and I manned up, and I told her straight up that there was another girl that told me that she loved me, and that I was confused, and I needed to get things straight out with her. So me and Celeste had stopped talking for about a month or so. I started to talk to the other girl, and you know, since she brought up those old feelings, I thought we were going to be able to work on that. I ended up going to Galveston. I saw her and then said hi to her, and she just passed me up, and I was just like, okay. So she just left me by myself, and I was just there walking around, blah, blah, blah. We ended up leaving, and my mom asked me what happened, and I was just like, well, I mean, I really didn't get to talk to her, and then my mom was telling me that she was, that messed up. Why'd she do that? Blah, blah, blah. I thought she said she loved you. And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe. And finally, at the very end, she told me that she wasn't ready for another relationship and stuff like that. And that was something that, that she should have told me from the beginning.
He texted me like the usual, hey, I miss you. And I'm just here like, I've heard so much. Like, I don't even know if this is true. So I'm just like, do you really? Like, I was like, okay. He said all this stuff when we met, and I believed it. And then he ended up like, I have somebody else. I was like, should I really believe it? He like wrote this paragraph, basically admitting to everything I had told him, that all she was trying to do was just break us up. That's kind of where we started like talking again. The fact that he admitted what happened and what he did, I was kind of like, okay, I think we can work on that,
And I know what you're probably thinking, like, oh, you broke up with her to go to the other girl that said she loved you, to try to be with her and stay with her, but you couldn't, so you went back to her. That wasn't necessarily the case. I broke up with her because I didn't want to lead her on, and I went to the other girl to sort things out because, like I said before, I was confused. And so, obviously, I was following what my mind wanted, the curiosity. I wanted to feed that curiosity and go with that girl that said that she loved me to see what was going on. And I tried. I went to Galveston, and I did the things that she liked in order to have something to relate to. It did not end up working, and at the very end, I felt really lonely.
We had things in common overall. Like, we met and we already had like a lot of things in common, so it already started off good.
That's why I texted her that I missed her, and that was that second chance that she gave me.
Yeah. We were just thinking of like what everybody else would think, like, oh look, he left her for her and then came back. But if you knew the story,
then again, when I told her that I missed her, that doesn't necessarily mean like, can we go back out again? I had to earn her trust again, so we had to start from the beginning. So basically, start from scratch. And obviously I was willing to do that because I knew that I messed up, and that even before we started going out, I told her that I loved her.
Yeah, I was like...
And so she was weirded out by that, but I knew. Deep inside, I knew that I did.
We didn't even talk in school. Like, in school, we were, like, completely strangers. We would pass by each other like we've never talked, but in reality, we were, like, actually texting.
Because then people would suspect. They'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
She's a hoe because she took him back after he went with the other girl, and that, oh my god, he's a jerk because he left her to go to her, and she didn't want him, so now he's back with the first one. Yeah, we had to let it chill.
Or 2.5 months that we talked on the low. Like, we would literally hang out, go to the movies, and usually people would post pictures of everything they do, and went on a date. We would not post anything. We would just go and have fun. We would take pictures,
but keep it to ourselves.
Yeah. While we were talking, we kept making everybody believe that we were still talking to the other people, just so they wouldn't really think like anything of us. Until it started to get serious with the other guy. I was like, I even called David. It was raining, and I was like, I really need to talk to you. And he comes, and he wasn't allowed to come inside like my mom's apartment. I told him, like, is anything gonna happen between us, because I don't want to like tell him no and then nothing happened between us, and then, or tell him yes and then have to break up with him because, oh, I was talking to you the whole time. So I didn't want nothing like that to happen. So I told him straight up, let me tell the other guy to like calm it down. We're just friends, or friend zone him or something. So he ended up saying like, yes, but just not right now. We need to give it time. And I was like, okay. Once he said that, I felt like more confident.
Went for a little pit stop. Went to little crawfish. Finally, this is our first time there.
Yeah, because Lotus was closed.
We wanted to go to Lotus, yeah, but well. We got some good shrimp though. Expensive as hell.
It was pretty good though. It was worth the $40.
So I had to tell the other girl that I was talking to that I wasn't going to be able to talk to her anymore. So that was it.
And then we just kind of started like focusing on us, and we would just go out everywhere to eat. Starbucks and Cane's for the first time, and more Starbucks. We were supposed to go see Lights the 23rd of December. For some reason, we couldn't go.
So I was supposed to ask her out. I had a little plan in mind. I was gonna put this bear that I got her, a dog, stuffed dog that I got her. It was like really big, and I had a letter and stuff like that. And I was gonna ask her out. I was gonna take her to see the lights over there in River Oaks because they're really pretty. Because she had never been there. She had just came from Dallas like a year or so ago. So I was gonna take her and see it, and then I asked her to be my girlfriend at that time. But I went to go get a tattoo instead, and I didn't think it was gonna take that long. But
Of course.
this is the tattoo.
It was just
Not,
the word.
yeah,
though.
just the letters, not the whole chimichanga. But yeah, and so she found out.
You said you were washing dishes, and then one of his friends was like, David's getting inked. And I was like, over here in my head, like, no, he's washing dishes. He was supposed to be there like at a certain time, and my mom had left to buy groceries, and she was like, just lock the door and let me know when you guys like have left already. And then he never came. My mom, like, you guys know how like Mexican moms, when they go grocery shopping, they take forever. So that's how long he took. My mom got there, she started dinner, and then he decided to knock on the door. Mad, so mad that I like opened the door and I was like, no, you're late. And then he was like, no, well, let's go. I was like, no, you're late. You're late. No. And
Shame
he
on me.
should have known that from that second it was already gonna be
A biatch. So I ended up leaving the bear there, a letter, and I think I left that there, and then I went home and I sent her a really long text saying that I was sorry. I didn't think it was gonna take that long. Oh, and that I was gonna make it up to her, obviously, and then yada yada yada. And 2 days later, Christmas, I started my new job. I think Jack in the Box, my first job, and I was training that day. And after that, it was like a couple hours. I went to her doorstep in the morning, and I had brought her some flowers, and I knocked on the door. She answered it, and then I was just like, you know, that I really like you and stuff like that. Kind of getting a little glimpse, like, you know, when you see a movie, you see a trailer first, and it gives you a little taste of what's going on. I gave her a little trailer of what was going on with us at the beginning, and then I sat on my butt. Those of you who know me, I had 2 knee surgeries on my right knee. They're basically like, you know, bad. So I couldn't get on my knees at that time. So I sat on my butt and I asked her out. I was like, you want to go out with me? And her, being a little smart butt, was like, where? Where do you want to go? And then I was just like, okay. Okay. So I had to be specific. So I was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? Sure. Okay. So after that was after the winter break, we went back to school, and we was a couple. I was walking to her classes, but I was holding her hand this time.
Yeah, we were finally official, like, y'all can look at us and not break us up. So
We came back stronger than ever.
yeah.
You know, people talking boo boo about us. 6 months after I asked her to be my girlfriend, I asked her to marry me. 1 year later, about like 10, 11 months later, conceived the baby.
Child.
9 months later, she was born. Madeline Aubrize. Boogies. If you want, at the end of this video, comment yes if you want us to make a video on how we got married, how the married life is at this young of an age. So that's basically it. No?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it was that long, but
It's like
yeah.
30 minutes.
Thank you. Really? Damn. You crap the crap out of that shit, man. All right. Goodbye.